Okay, mom. I'm like, give me the carbs. I'm hugging him on this. You can't stop us.
Y'all, welcome to the episode today. Uruje.
Welcome to the realest podcast in the world. Okay, let's tell you what happens when you're the realest podcast in the world. You get hacked.
You get
Okay? इतने वेले लोग
वेलियां to the max.
हद हो गई है. Okay? हद हो गई है.
हद से ही ज़्यादा. हद से बाहर. I cannot.
Yes.
What the hell's happening?
You know what? It's a good laugh.
Okay, it's
We're
a good
all
laugh.
right. We're here.
We're here. We're all right. Take it away, sister.
For those of you who are new here, welcome. You are part of the OK Mom Podcast Club, and we love and appreciate that you're here. For the OGs, y'all, we appreciate you so much, even during this very traumatic time that we are going through. But thank you for being part of this traumatic journey with us. Okay. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really will mean a lot to us right now.
Especially now.
We're a little desperate, you know. Follow us on Spotify, and we are also on Apple Podcast. For those of you who were saying that they weren't able to access us, we are now on Apple Podcast. So follow us there. We got all of your feedback. We are on there as well. And we have a backup Instagram account. It's called OK Mom Pod.
Yeah.
So if you search us, we should be there. Please follow us. We had such an organic following.
Such an organic following. But y'all, I'm going to throw this out there because I feel like it needs to be said. The Nuzzins came for us, yo. The Nuzzins were like, not today. Let's hack these girls. I'm going to have a cookie. It's one of those days.
Costco came through.
Costco came through. They said, we know you're going to need these carbs today. Hello.
So thank you so much for joining us. We are back with another great episode because listen, the content can't stop, and we know that y'all are loyal.
We're not going to give up, guys. Come on.
It's
a bump on the road.
This club is loyal.
Okay.
You know what Junoon says? Jazba Junoon.
Oh, yeah.
Tu himmat nahar.
Oh.
That's what we're going to do, okay?
She came in with the deep thoughts.
Mehnat apni hogi. I love that song.
You do that. I'm just going to eat my cookie.
Pehchan kabhi na bhulo.
This is how I'm healing.
सबकी नजरों में पाकिस्तान कभी ना भूलो. I love Junoon. They're so good.
All right.
We're bringing it back, baby.
We're bringing it back.
You guys have been requesting it.
In memoriam.
And we are going to have a segment of Fazool or Fire.
Fazool or Fire.
Listen. You can't bring us down, baby. You can't bring us down.
Can't bring us down. We're just hiding our sorrows with
some
things
laughs
like this. We need it.
Some laughs. We need it.
Fine.
All right. So I am gonna ask the Fazool and Fire questions this time, and Hina.
But then you also have to put your take in it too.
I will. I'll put my take in it. All right.
Hey.
Fazool or Fire? Paratha with achar.
If anybody calls that Fazool, y'all, we can't be friends. That is the most fire combo in the world.
I will. It's finger licking good.
I will eat you alive. You tell me.
Yo,
and you don't like achar with paratha?
Yo, and the lacha paratha with the layers?
Ooh.
Okay, but what achar do you like?
Okay, so many. Mango, lemon.
Oof.
Okay, then there's gajar achar.
I'm telling you right now, gajar achar is elite. Like
top tier.
I can literally take a fork in the jar and I'll just
same. It's so good. Okay. Yo. I will eat any achar except if it's like so spicy that I'm not going to be able to contain myself.
When we used to go to Pakistan, my chachi would make homemade achar.
My mom makes homemade achar still, girl.
Yo, I need a jar.
Okay, I'll hook you up.
Yo, I love that.
What type of achar did she make, your aunt?
She used to make everything, especially mango. Because obviously in Pakistan, the mangoes are elite.
If you know, you know.
So the achar was even better.
Yo, achar in general is like whoever created this.
Yo, genius.
That is the person that needs a Nobel Prize. Okay, you need a Nobel Prize.
Alexander Graham Bell.
Right, forget him. Mr. Achar creator, we need more of you, okay?
Oh my God.
We need more of you. But you want to know what I discovered recently?
What?
Mango achar without the seed.
Yo, and they call it seedless.
You don't even know the way I ran to the Desi store. Where's the seedless mango chaat?
So I was literally, where was I? I think I was at Iqbal Foods. And I was there and I was looking in the achara and I was like, seedless? Yo, genius.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I also like the seed.
Me too.
Because I'll eat the achar and then I like suck on it.
Oh my God, I do that too.
It's the best.
It is the best thing ever.
Okay, let me ask you though. When you eat a corn on the cob,
Yeah.
do you like suck the cob once you're done eating all the corn?
Sometimes, but it's not like I'm also like, I had so much corn, I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
But I'll still like, sometimes I do.
So I'll eat all the kernels.
Yeah.
And then I'll take more nimbu, put it on the actual thing, and I'll just take all
do
the
your
juice
thing.
out.
I'm not judging you.
It's so good.
Okay, but do you just put nimbu or do you put like chaat masala?
It has to be chaat masala, bro.
Let's go.
Yo.
Let's go.
Y'all already know masale, chaat masala, kala namak.
Amen. You know when like the white people, they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna put butter on our corn on the cob. I'm sitting there like, y'all, come on now. We don't want to make those stereotypes about y'all not knowing how to season your food real. Let's stop now. I just want to give them a little like bag of like chaat masala. Like, try this. Just try a little.
You know what else tastes really good though?
What?
You know Cajun?
Yeah.
Like Cajun on corn is really good. Lime.
That sounds real good.
Lime and Cajun seasoning.
Okay, I'm gonna try that one next
Gotta
time.
try
I have
it.
Cajun seasoning at home. All right, what's next? Roll with
Next one. A Costco membership.
Fire. I'm a Costco girly. Okay.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. Okay, the thing with Costco is it is an all for one and a one for all.
Yo.
Okay? Like it is. Like what can you not get there? Okay? You get everything. And the best part is you go in one time, you're stocked for like a month.
Yo, for real.
You don't have to make the weekly grocery trip. Okay. Mind you, yeah, maybe my cilantro is wasting. Maybe it is. Maybe it's sitting there in the fridge looking at me. But Costco is top tier.
Yo, you gotta do those. What is it, Emily Mariko? You gotta do her hacks for all the saving the herbs and stuff.
I do that.
Yeah, she does some like she kitchen towel in water or something.
She's also
she next
Emily
level,
like
though.
God. You have a
level.
lot of time.
But you a cute prego. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
look cute, prego, but maybe she does it because she doesn't have the kids yet.
Yeah, I know. But yo, I
When
was
you have the kids, you're just like
'Cause-
toss everything in the fridge.
I was a whale. Let's
Yo,
be real.
I was a killer whale.
We did-
with a blue whale.
Yo,
I was something else.
yeah. So Emily
was
Mariko,
wild.
shout out to your jeans.
Shout out to your jeans. Hook us up with some of those. Okay.
All right. I love Costco membership.
Okay, the other thing I want to talk about when it comes to Costco, the samples. Forget the samples. The pizza slices there, yo, it's actually pretty good.
It is.
The French fries.
Oh, the French fries are
The
so
discoveries
good.
I make there with like new food items, y'all. There's this garlic shrimp that they have there, which is so damn good. I cannot even start.
You know what? I love going, and sometimes in the coffee aisle, they'll give samples of their coffee.
See, you're a coffee girl.
I'm lining up, and then I'm going back, and then I'm going back.
She's just in the line for the entire time.
So good. It's so good.
I'm sure it is, man. They have some good stuff there.
You know, I never used to shop at Costco, and
Neither.
now it's like I have to because there are just so many things over there that the price makes sense.
The price makes sense. They also have good quality items.
They have good quality. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I shop there.
Oh, me too.
Some of those champion hoodies.
Yo, I've gotten hoodies from there. I've gotten PJs from there.
Same.
Kids onesies.
Okay, kids onesies are literally top tier at Costco.
They're
If
very
you
good.
Mamas need to know.
Yeah.
It's a Peckle brand. I think it's Peckle. Peckle.
I think that is what it is.
With the 2 zippers. One at the top.
Aruj
one
has
at
told
the
you all
bottom.
about the 2 zippers now. If y'all are buying 1 zipper or buttons,
Out.
get straight.
Out.
Get straight. This is not okay.
Okay. The button onesie is Fazool.
Okay, but the fact that Ralph Lauren, you're paying $57,000 for one onesie and they still put buttons on that onesie, that's the shit that pisses me
Yo,
off.
for real.
Like, can you
Who has
imagine?
time, Ralph?
Who the hell has time? Ralphie.
Wreck it,
Hook
Ralph.
us up. Yeah. Ralph is wrecking it with those onesies. Let's be real.
I love it. All right, the next one. The next one. Desi fusion food. For example, like Nihari birria tacos, butter chicken poutine, or like a Nutella naan. Fazula.
Okay, honestly, I'm like a middle in this.
Okay.
I love the authentic stuff, y'all. But when people try to mishmash it and it actually is good, then I gotta give them credit.
Yeah.
Like I've had some like butter chicken fusion things that I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. But then I've also had butter chicken fusion things that I'm like, stop trying so hard. This is a bit much for me. Let's just be basic like we're supposed to be.
I get that.
So I'm in the middle.
Okay.
What about you?
I think it's pretty fire.
Okay.
You know why? Because any of the fusion things, I haven't had a fusion thing yet that I haven't really liked.
Okay, the nihari tacos that you just said,
Come on.
I would eat those.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
The other day I had shawarma tacos.
Ooh.
And the shawarma meat was so good. And then it was in little like naan tacos.
Okay, that
It
sounds
was so good. Also,
amazing.
I've had Nutella naan.
I've never had that, but that sounds delicious.
Girl, it'll change your life. It'll change your
Nutella
life.
on anything.
Nutella. But in a naan, come on.
Naan is like so comforting. Oh my god. Like comfort food galore.
Just eat it all the time.
Oh,
so I
sounds
think
good.
I definitely think it's
Okay,
fire. But
okay.
it's also because I've heard people like mishmash things and it's not good. So
I think sometimes it's a hit or miss, I think.
yeah. Okay, next one. Parande. For those of you who don't know, it's like this
A braid extension.
It's a braid extension, but like you'd normally wear it at like mendis and stuff.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
colorful, and it's like a very traditional thing that
Yeah.
a lot of people wear. Like you get a nice braid done and you'll have it
Yeah.
as an extension. It's generally done in mendis.
Yeah. And it has like cool little things dangling from it, like little mirrors. And
Yeah.
Like, it's actually, honestly, because I love that stuff, it's fire for me.
Yo, it's fire,
It's fire
for me too.
It's fire for me because it's like, honestly, Desi fashion is elite. Like
It is.
There's no competition. Sorry, guys. It's so on another level. Like it looks so cute on mendis. Oh my god, I wore paranda to my sister's mendi, and
Yeah.
honestly, I still have it and I still love it.
Yeah, I wore paranda to I think I wore it to hers too. And what I did was I wanted this whole like Mughal Azam look.
Oh, I remember.
Remember
with
the
your
hat?
hat? Yo, actually, hold on. I have a picture of you.
What?
That's when you call me, that's your picture, yo.
No
I
way.
gotta show you guys. Y'all,
Oh
check
my
out this chick.
gosh.
Check this chick out. I thought you looked so cute.
Thanks, girl.
You
I
look
totally
so
did wear
cute.
paranda.
Look at this, guys. Look at this girl.
Guys, I went and I got this like
Style and
hat. First of all,
profiling.
you know hats like are really common now. It wasn't a few years ago. Like
No,
I
it
couldn't
wasn't.
find it. So I
Started the
found-
trend.
I found this hat at like an Islamic bookstore.
Oh,
And then I took extra material from like the sharara of my outfit and I wrapped it around the hat so that it went with my outfit. 'Cause
no way.
yeah, the hat was originally like this maroonish kind of tone. Then I covered it. Then I put a little feather on the side. And then I went to my eyebrow lady, who is literally the best person on the planet. She put the paranda on my head, and I don't know what she did. I danced all night, and that hat did not move.
I'm not gonna lie. The girl threw it down, and I was there as a witness. And sister,
Yo.
the hat did not move.
It did not move.
The
It
hat
was
said, "I ain't
amazing.
even.
Yeah.
I'm here forever."
I love the whole like Mughal Azam look. I love parande.
I thought you looked stunning.
But I will say, I think I only like it on a mendi.
Yeah. If you're wearing one every day, calm yourself down, okay?
We're not in phase out of here.
We get it. I mean, if you rock it, you rock it. At the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, simmer it down a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, my next one. Chaat Masala.
Chaat masala is fire, but it just smells really bad.
The smell is Fazool.
The smell, if they could just take that smell and put it, it's very pungent. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I'm gonna try laughing. Okay. Y'all, the chaat masala is like, it tastes so good.
Okay, story time. I went to this place, right? Oh my gosh, I'm crying. Woo!
I cannot contain myself right now. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, I'm
Okay, I went to this place, right? And I
Okay.
got this like lemonade limeade mixture, and they put chaat masala. Guys, I took it in the car, and then I closed the car doors, and then I stepped out to pump gas. Okay. I can't. Okay.
I already know what you're gonna say.
I stepped out stepped back in the car. Yo, Lord, I was like,
What did they put in that? Like, what's
I don't know. I don't know what's in there. But guys, I sat in the car because like this is some nasty shit.
My stomach's hurting. Oh
Guys,
my god.
I'm like in tears.
Like literally, I am in tears. My stomach is cramping up. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm dying. I'm dying. Whew.
Okay, but kala namak is like chaat masala on crack.
That's your favorite spice too, girl.
It is. It's absolutely
God.
amazing because I love kala namak on like watermelon.
Oh my god,
But
kala namak on
girl,
watermelon is good.
the smell. Woo! You can smell that from a mile away.
Honestly, like
It
it is what it is. It is what it is. But the taste is amazing.
Yo, the masala game is the masala game.
Masala game is a masala game, and like Desis do masala the right way as usual. Let's be real. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I like ran a marathon or something. Oh, got a good ab workout in. All right.
And guys, on that note, that was the last one I had.
That last one
We had to end it on a great note.
took me out. Took me out. Okay. Whew. Podcast was almost about to end. I felt like I would fall off the chair. Whew. Okay, but those are the best laughs.
We're
those
back.
are the best
we're back,
laughs.
baby. We're back.
We're back, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
What was our topic?
Okay.
Okay.
Topic for the day. Okay. Now that we've gotten the laughs out. Okay. Topic for the day. We asked this question on our Instagram when it was live. Okay. The question that we asked was gender roles.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about gender roles, positive or negative feedback on them, especially in the Desi community? Okay. And a lot of people, from what I read, had very similar like answers to that question.
Yep.
Very similar scenarios that they were like, oh, like, can you guys talk about this? Can you guys talk about that? So let's go over it. But first, what do you think about gender roles?
I don't think anything has changed.
Yeah, me
I
either.
think the expectations are the same.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it's been like women's plates are just overflowing.
I agree.
With even more expectations, especially I want to say in like the West.
I think so too.
And I think it's changing back home too. Because I think a lot of women are like out in the workforce and they have a lot of careers and jobs and they're not all just staying at home. But that means for some reason, even if you are working, the expectation that you still need to maintain your home is there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that hasn't changed, which is why I feel like our plates are literally up to here.
I think that's the thing, right? We're like, our parents wanted us to go to school, get an education, all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? But then they were also like, you got to get married. You got to take care of your husband. You got to take care of the house. And then it's like, if you ever go to your parents' house, right? They still have the expectation that like, Uruje, go and give him this. Go and do that. Go and do that. So like, there's a lot of that still happens. I think it's like, it gets really hard when it's like, when it comes to like marriage.
Yeah.
Because I think like that is where the biggest gap I feel it is. Marriage relationships kind of situation where like there is this expectation that even mother-in-laws have of their daughter-in-laws.
For real.
That like, fine, Tika, you can work. It's okay. But at the end of the day, like you're going to still come home and take care of my son.
Yeah.
My baby boy.
Yeah.
But then it's like, ain't nobody taking care of me.
No, you just take care of yourself.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like there's like a really big like difference, and it kind of sucks because women are doing a lot.
Girl,
a lot. It's unfair.
a lot.
It's unfair.
I also feel like women's careers are always just seen as a hobby.
100%.
And that's, I think, what it triggers me. Like
That
when
triggers me
women
too.
are just seen like, oh, it's okay. Oh, you want to get a job? Okay, go get a job.
Yeah. But it's
And
like, what if
they're
you wanna
not
do something
seen
you
as
like?
like, oh, you need the job or you need the career, so let's split everything else.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you want to work, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Now go and work, but
Yeah.
also don't forget X, Y, and Z because you still have to do all of that.
Yeah, but don't forget the thane that you get when you do start working. Like,
Exactly.
Look at her neglecting her children because she's working. She could have stayed at home with her kids, but no, she chose to be like a man and go and get a job because she's modern.
Yeah.
And inside, I'm like, what you want me to do?
Yeah. Also,
want me
like
to
a
sit my
lot
ass at
of
home?
women don't have that choice And that's the other problem with these tannes.
Yeah.
You are living in a world where honestly it's really hard for one person to just have an income.
It's so hard,
right?
Yeah.
A sole breadwinner is, I feel like it's still there. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's changed a lot. And now all of a sudden the tanne are not going to stop, but you have to work. So there's no winning.
Okay, but see, this is a great segue into something else.
Yeah.
So because women are now career women, and like a lot of us are like well educated, we're like, you know, in the workforce doing big things, right? What do you think about how men are now? Like, do you think they've taken a step back because a woman is also doing a lot? Because I think that there's a lot of that type of stuff that happens in relationships too, where like the woman almost becomes this person who's like this Jill of all trades, right? Where she's like, I got the house on lock. I got my kids on lock. I got my in-laws on lock. I do everything for them, right? On top of that, I'm making my own money. So I don't really need to ask my husband and be like, hey, can I have an allowance? Or however y'all do it, right? Credit card, joint credit card, whatever it is. It's almost as if sometimes that like the woman takes on this masculine role.
Yeah.
And then the husband, in some situations, not all, might take a step back and be like, oh, okay, well, I don't really have to, you know, do all these nice things for her because now she's just doing things for herself. What do you think about that?
I think it's very real.
I think so too.
I think it's like you said, it's not in all cases, but I do feel like even if roles were reversed, let's say the man takes on all the household responsibilities, I feel like some women would take a seat back.
I think they would, but like
but I'm just saying, I feel like that could happen. And I feel like for women, it's the same thing. If they are taking on that role and they are like wearing the pants, let's say, okay, you're going to work, you're paying the bills, you have everything on lock. I truly feel like some men will be like, oh, like I'm just going to take a seat back. I'm just going to do my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Because she's coming home and she's still doing the dishes and she's still taking care of the kids and she's still doing school pickup and drop offs and she's still doing all these things. So you know what? Let her do it.
Let her do it, right? Because then they get used to like being a backseat driver.
Exactly. Because if those responsibilities are not shared, then how can you expect like the man to step up?
Yeah, but then the worst part about even that situation is like maybe the husband is like, okay, yeah, she's doing her thing, I'm fine with it. But then the in-laws or even like the girl's parents sometimes can still be like, oh my God, like why are you not taking care of, why is he in the kitchen? Why is he doing, oh my God, he washed dishes today? Or like they'll go in there and like take the dishes from him because like, uske to haath toot gaye. Like he can't do anything.
Khabardar.
Like like I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
I think we've even talked about it where like there's a lot of like mother-in-laws that feel the need. I would even say father-in-laws. It's not just mother-in-laws. Yeah. Let's be real. Or even like sometimes the girls' parents where they feel like, no. He should not be lifting a finger. He should not be lifting a finger. My daughter, she will do this. This is her job to take care of you. But then sometimes you reflect and you're like, okay, well, if it's her job to take care of you, then is he taking care of her? Because it feels like she's taking care of herself too. Right? So like, how is that fair?
Yeah. It's also like, I feel like, for example, like I have brothers, right? And I just feel like things just came so easy to them. So easy to them. And honestly, it's because, wo ladke hain. Like, that's just, it is what it is.
It is.
You know what I mean?
They get
like,
off with a lot.
They got off the hook with a lot of things, but also they got to experience life at the age that they're in, and in no way, shape, or circumstance would me and my sister have been allowed to do any of that if we were at their age and living at home.
Yeah,
okay?
100%.
So like if I was 21, 22, 23, no, I was not allowed to travel.
Yeah.
No, I was not allowed to have sleepovers, which whatever. That's not even a thing that I really wanted to have, but like traveling would have been a thing. I would have loved to do a girls trip and stuff. And like I had curfews. And I had to share my car with my mom. Yeah. So I wasn't like, I didn't have access to the car all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like this is just an experience that like a lot of men in the family don't really have. Or like if you have a brother and let's say the car is a family shared car, the mom will kind of step back and be like, it's fine, let him take it. It's fine, let him take it. Everything is, it's fine, let them do it. But why? Why?
I think like sometimes their response, even when you ask them, is like, but girls are so like delicate, you know, like you have to protect your girls. Like to a certain extent, sometimes I'm like, honestly, like at times women are so sexualized. Like it's so unfortunate, but like it is that way. But then I also think women also use that to their advantage too. Let's not lie to ourselves. Yeah. Like we do. Okay. But I think that like you do have to protect yourself, but then it's like, who are we protecting ourselves from? We protect ourselves from the men. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's like, it can't just, it always falls on the woman, but it's so unfair. And like to the point you're making about the curfew thing, there were so many messages about that where they were like, oh, I could never stay out late. I could never go out. We always got like a really early, we always had to be home on time. And if we weren't home, we would get in so much trouble. And like our brothers or like all the guys that we knew, they could do whatever they want. I knew so many guys that were like, we're talking teenage years. They could be out till like 3 a.m. in the morning. And like the worst that would happen is they'd get a call. If I was out till 3 a.m. in the morning, police search out for me. Not even because they want me home. Off. This girl's going to jail. Okay, she passed her curfew. She's going to jail. Like it was like that, girl.
You ain't collecting no 200.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the fear.
I know.
Like I wouldn't even do it because I'd be so damn scared of my parents.
Girl, you know the alarm in The Purge? It's literally that alarm.
Oh my God.
If I ever even thought about asking to stay out late, that alarm is going off my head.
If I even said staying out till midnight,
no,
the word wouldn't even escape my mouth. It would be like, like I would never even say it. Like
I remember my prom. Was I had to ask permission or whatever, but my prom was actually on a cruise.
Oh,
yeah. So it was like but the thing is, the way that it would come back on, like when it reached the dock, was a specific time. The way I had to beg to get permission to be out that late for prom. And I literally was like, and my mom had to go and like talk to the principal and like confirm and be like, what are the ship, like what are these dock dates? Where's it going to be done? When I tell you, when the ship rolls around, y'all, I saw my mom's car. Okay, I saw it right there.
And I got you.
Yeah, and I was like, any person that was not my friends, I was like, everybody back away. Back off. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. Nobody do anything, whatever. I was like, it was just me and my friends, and that's it. And then we walked off the boat, and I remember I was still panicking, even though she knew. But the fact that she was waiting for me, and guess what? All the other like guys in class or whatever, and some of the girls too, like luckily some of the girls like were lucky enough to stay out late. They were like, oh, after party here, there, da, da, da. I was like, peace,
girl.
This after party is going all the way to Rexdale, okay? I'm going all the way home because no, ain't nobody going to an after party.
Girl, at least you went to prom. I wasn't even allowed to go, yo.
No way.
I swear to God. Like none of my sisters have gone to prom. None of them. Okay. I was like, there's no point of me even asking. There's no point. But I did ask.
Yeah.
I shot my shot. Okay. I failed miserably. Cause like I just remember my parents being like, you guys don't know what happens at prom. And I'm sitting there like, y'all know? Like y'all have never even been to prom? What prom did you go to after like metric pass in Pakistan? You know what I mean? Like which prom did you go to? Like I'm sitting there like, how do you know these things? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, girl, I never got to go. It was like in the moment, it kind of sucked. Because like everyone I knew was going, and like, you know, like it's just like when you're in high school seems like your entire life.
For real.
Right? And then like you see everybody's like prom dresses and their pictures, and it's just like you don't get to be a part of this like monumental thing in high school. But like looking back, I'm also like, don't really care.
And obviously in a few weeks, like the rush of it dies down. And exactly.
The hype dies. But at the end of the day, I'm still like, I wish I'd had that experience, because you know what I feel happens? I think that like when your parents stop you from doing things like that, right? Which I get. I understand why. Because let's be real, the after parties at prom, we all know what's going down. Okay? We all know. So like, I do feel like I understand the perspective, because I'm like, okay, they're probably just like, we want to protect you from like doing something dumb. Right? Because everybody knows when you're with high school people late at night, some shit is going to go down. But I think the other side of it is that you can develop like negative feelings towards your parents because you feel like your parents don't let you do anything. Right? Like they like hold you so close and they're so overprotective that they don't let you breathe. And then what do? You lie. And you like do shady things just because you're like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of being in this like claustrophobic environment. So I think that's the other part of it.
And I just feel like sometimes I wish there was a middle ground. Like, I have to say, I think me going to prom, I was really happy that I went.
Yeah.
But I did, and I liked that there was like the middle ground of like, okay, you're gonna go. Like, let's say mine wasn't on a cruise and it was on a banquet hall or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like, because this is what happened with my sister, and it's just like they set a time, and it kind of sucked as a kid because we were like, oh my God, we're gonna be home so early. Like, the prom is gonna go till 12 and I have to be home at 10 or whatever. But in hindsight, it was kind of nice that we got to go.
Yeah, totally.
And the middle ground was like, fine, we'll let you go. You get your dress. You get to do all that. Experience all of it, but like within limits.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So in some ways, like, I did appreciate that. But yeah, if I wasn't allowed to go, then I would have been a little salty about it, right?
Sure. I think anyone would be salty, but like there's definitely a difference because I feel like I don't think that, you know, I have a brother too, but I don't think my parents gave him like a free pass to do certain things. But I do think that later on in life, he was able to do certain things. Like wherever he works, he travels for work and stuff. And I feel like, I don't know if at his age my parents would let me go.
Yeah.
Like I think they'd be like, no, it's not safe.
Yeah, because they just feel like ladki hai. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it does suck because you know what? I think it hinders your growth as a human being.
Yeah.
You don't understand, like, you don't get to see the world. You don't get to experience things. You don't get the confidence to interact with people that you don't know.
Yeah.
Or like to just live life without the rules of your parents. Now, I'm not saying you're like 12 and you need to like, be like sayonara mom and dad. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying at a certain point, there should be like a little bit of the loosening of the leash so that you do get to like experience life.
Right.
I think you'll be able to make better life decisions for yourself too. And I think that's the other thing that happens where it's like with girls, because our parents are so overprotective, our parents make decisions for us.
Yeah, they do.
Every decision is made for you. Like your opinion is not considered like, what are you going to eat today? Chicken salad. That's what you're eating.
That's what you're eating.
Yeah. But like, I feel like with that situation, what will happen is that you don't even trust yourself to make decisions when you grow older.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, but like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
What do I do? I need someone to help me make this decision for me. But you are capable. If they had just given you a little bit of trust and said, go make the decision, you are capable. You know what I mean?
Providing somebody with tools on how to do something.
Absolutely.
Right? And letting them make the mistake.
That's the biggest thing.
And
they just want to protect you so much.
Yeah. And I understand there's the fear. Like, obviously we have kids. And I have a fear of like letting them make the mistake. But part of me is also like, I have to. If I'm always going to be hovering over and helicoptering them,
oh my God,
then
100%.
What kind of like, what's the next generation going to be? We've kind of already touched on like how they're a little bit like, you know, they're not as hardworking maybe as our generation, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're also not going to provide them with tools to do certain things, to be independent, then how can you expect any of that growth to come?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
Not
with
to
that.
say that you shouldn't rely on your parents.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Immediately, if I need anything, I call mom and dad right away.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, I feel like now in my 30s, I can say that maybe I'm capable of making a decision or two on my own.
Absolutely.
I wish I was able to do that when I was a little younger.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think what happens is that you don't know that you can trust yourself.
Yeah.
Because let's say you do go ahead and make a decision for yourself and the decision is wrong. Then your parents also belittle you and they're like, see, what did I tell you? I told you should have done da-da-da-da-da. But then I always think that like, yo, let them make the damn mistake. They'll freaking pivot.
Yeah.
They'll pivot and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point. But I feel like our generation of kids was so bubble wrapped that like we didn't get the opportunities to make the mistakes. And I'm not saying, again, not everyone, but a lot of the people that I knew had very strict parents, were not allowed to do a lot of things. I feel like my parents were very, very strict on us, like very strict.
My parents were strict on my sister and I, but honestly, when it came to my brothers, they let that
your brother's
loose.
living his life.
They're living. Honestly, anytime they message me and they're going here and there, I'm like, y'all, I'm just living vicariously through you.
That's a thing.
I love it, but I'm not. You know, there's, I guess another big aspect of it is that because I'm so much older, there's no jealousy in it.
Of course.
But that's not to disregard other sibling relationships where there is a bit of the jealousy.
Yeah.
Right.
And rightfully so too, because I get that.
Because if you're a sibling and you felt like you didn't get those opportunities and then you see another sibling getting those same opportunities, you're gonna feel a way about it.
I feel like you'd be so salty.
Right?
I would be so salty.
I love when my brothers go and I love when they travel and they do all of these things, and I'm always like, send me pictures and whatever. And they're so sweet. They'll always bring me things back, and it's like a great experience, and I'm glad that they're able to go out and live life that way. But at the same time, I do wish that I had at least one opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't. So.
You know, honestly speaking, I wish that I had too, just because I feel like it would have helped my growth.
Right.
I really do think so.
Yeah.
And like, even if you do like fun things that maybe like, I think like a lot of the things that we would do, our parents would be like, why do you guys do these things? Right. They don't understand like why we need to have certain experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think for us, it's just like, no, like we are a different generation and we want to experience the world. Like, I don't think my parents are like, we need to go on vacation. Like, they're not the type.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But like, I think I'm definitely the type that's like, I want to see the world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it does suck because I think our parents in general, Desi parents in general, when it comes to girls, this is another thing people talked about. Girls are like the pinnacle of success for a girl is not even the career, it's the marriage. Like
100%.
that's the truth. Like that's a girl's peak.
And honestly, I feel like that's where the value of a girl is
That's the
lying
thing.
in. Like that's the value that she holds.
Facts.
Is when she gets married, who she's getting married to,
Yeah.
and how she upholds that relationship
Yeah.
in society.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those, no matter how successful you
Yeah,
are in your
yeah.
career, you could be friggin' George Clooney,
Right?
Okay, you could have that level of success, but if you're unmarried, then that success is seen as, well, yeah, but she never got married.
But she never got married. She probably has so many nakhre because she's so educated.
She doesn't have any kids.
That stuff. You know
She
what I mean?
probably
Yeah.
has such a void.
She's 40? Oh yeah, that's never gonna happen. Like all these like little things that people say.
I wonder why she didn't get married.
Yeah.
The way they pry.
Yeah.
Because they just want to know, like, you're at this age now. Why didn't you get married?
Yeah. Or it's like, well, what's wrong? She's decent looking. She has a good career, comes from a good family. So what's wrong? It must be something to do with her. But meanwhile,
The worst is when they start blaming the parents.
right?
They're like, "माँ बाप ने कुछ तरबियत खराब की होगी."
They gave her too much leeway to like do what she wants.
But, you know, or they twist the story and they're like, "This is what happens when girls do get educated."
Yeah. Oh, I've heard
This
that
is
one
what
so many
happens when
times.
girls do have
I've heard that
careers.
so many times.
Are you kidding me?
They don't want to
A girl who's
compromise.
a doctor or a lawyer or engineer doesn't want to get married. Bro, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
everybody wants a companion.
Yeah.
Drake said it best. Who wants to be 70 and alone? No one. Okay?
Yeah, I
But
agree with
there are
that.
certain circumstances and in people's lives that might hinder their ability to get married.
But then it's also like, listen, if that girl is hella educated and she's a doctor, you're telling me she's gonna marry some like customer service clerk? Probably not.
No.
Okay. But like, yo, the way these families parade their sons, like, oh, this is a doctor. We need a doctor daughter-in-law. We need a daughter-in-law that's a lawyer. All this stuff. They parade that. But like, are y'all matching energies? Like, that's what bothers me, because it's like, you want the educated daughter-in-law, but like, you know, when the educated daughter-in-law has like certain criteria, then it's like she has way too many nakhre. Are you serious? What do you expect her to have? She's educated. She's done so much for herself. She's learned to be independent and not to be a doormat.
You know what else the worst is? A guy could look, beauty is in the eye of a beholder. Could look a certain way, but if he's a doctor, okay,
You're in.
you're in. But a girl could be a doctor, surgeon, cardiologist, you name it. Thoda sa bhi, if she's a little dark skinned,
Yo,
little
she
short,
said what she
if she's a little overweight, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but
out the damn door.
And that's also what's unfair, I want to say, society in general. I wouldn't even say it's in the Desi
Society in
community.
general.
Society in general.
Yep.
Like, because, like you said, women are highly sexualized.
Yeah.
So aside from you having the best career, you also have to match being whatever is considered the beauty standards
Yeah.
of society.
100%.
Okay? Also, you should be able to bear kids
Yeah.
like it's on us.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly.
Also, you should be able to like run a home and like have a great car and do all these things.
Cook
And
well.
why does it always fall on the women?
It's always on the girl. And you want to know the crazy thing? Like, if you're ever in a relationship with somebody, right? Like, I've heard from so many people that, like, if they have issues in their relationships, in their marriages, whatever it is, the way that the girl is always told, like, compromise. You need to sacrifice. Compromise. It's okay. You compromise. Like, all these things that girls have to do to, like, bend over backwards to make sure that everything runs smoothly. But, like, has anyone ever thought about like what the girl goes through as well? Like, what about her mental health? What about everything that she's doing? Never putting herself first, putting everybody else before her. Like, these are the things that I feel like, how does it not make you like sick.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, I'm not even talking about physical sickness, but like mentally you're sick. I think it's also because our moms were like that.
Yeah.
Where like they didn't even bother to be like, oh, I enjoy this and I want to do this because it's fun for me. It was just like, I enjoy this, but no. Or like, yeah, I'm eating this piece of chocolate, but no, you know what? I'll save it for my kids because they like it more.
Yeah.
And like, that's so good of me because I'm sacrificing as a mother. Well, let me tell you, I'm eating the damn chocolate. I'm eating it. I am
All
eating
these
it.
Ferreros,
They're coming home.
they're out for Hina.
But that's my point.
You know,
Unfair.
when I was growing up, pieces of advice that I used to get.
Yeah.
Like I've told you guys, we've gone to Pakistan a few times or whatever. So pieces
Yeah.
of advice that I used to get is like, when a guy and a girl get married, okay, a girl will do 5 things, and the guy in return is only gonna do 1. Okay. But that one thing is gonna be so great.
It's going to be the equivalent.
It's gonna be the equivalent
Get
of the
the
5
hell
things
out of my
that the girl
face.
does.
Okay, so you're telling me you make the khana, you clean the kids' diapers, you dress them, okay, you feed your husband, you iron his clothes, okay, you clean your house, and the man picks up his socks, and that means it's the equivalent of the 5? Get the hell out of here, honestly. What type of bukvas is this? Okay, this is major bukvas moment.
Fazool advice.
Fazool to the max. I can't handle this stuff.
And you know, another person on our Instagram had said to us, they're your kids too.
Oh my God.
They're your kids too.
Okay, but you want to know the crazy thing? That was a lot of people that responded with that too. That like when it comes to even like child rearing, okay, where it's like the responsibility falls so heavily on the mom, so heavily. And then the dad comes home and is like, let me be a dad for 10 minutes and play with you for like maybe an hour. And then it's like he did the most.
Yeah.
But like the woman cannot complain that she's exhausted, that she's been watching kids all day. That's her job. That's her role. But like the guy, he can just walk in and be like, oh, cute. Let's jump around. Let me throw you around a little bit. I'm tired. Let me go watch some TV now. Like in what world?
Yeah.
There's a major difference.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great dads. I think like our generation, there's a lot of dads that are like very heavily involved. We appreciate that. But I have also heard of so many dads that are just like, yeah, you know, when it comes to certain things, like we don't really change diapers. We don't want to do that. And I'm just like, why? Why? That's 50% your kid. Why aren't you changing a diaper? What's gonna happen to you?
Yeah.
That stuff really bothers me.
Yeah. And like, you know, I have to say, I have to give credit because I feel like the millennial dads are definitely working at changing the narrative. We
100%.
appreciate you. We see you.
We see you.
But we are actually talking about the dads who don't do that.
The dads that don't do that.
The couch potato dads.
The damn couch potatoes. Okay.
We are talking about those dads because those dads refuse to change diapers.
AKA
They refuse to help out with night feeds.
Mama ke chamche dads. Okay. Yeah, we
Yo.
know who y'all
Mala
are.
ladla bigad gaya, okay?
Ain't that the truth? Okay.
Yo,
like
no.
those sons are the most toxic.
Honestly.
Okay. Because like their moms feed them with a damn silver spoon. It's not even the moms. Let's not just hate on the mother-in-laws. Y'all, the father-in-laws have just as much of a role to play in
And
this.
so has regular society.
Absolutely.
Let's be real.
Absolutely. We don't even want to include in-laws, parents in general that coddle the boys, but then keep the daughters on such a short leash. That stuff is so toxic. So toxic. It just creates a future generation of like more toxicity.
Exactly. And like, you know what? Mind you, growing up, as strict as my parents were, they really did like let me live in a home where I was spoiled too.
Yeah.
Right? Like my mom and dad wouldn't be like, you have to learn how to wash the dishes because it's gonna be your sole responsibility when you get married. Mind you, maybe it was an underlying expectation that nobody said.
Yeah.
Because my mom was a stay-at-home mom and she ran the home, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I was spoiled in that sense because when I first got married, I really didn't know how to do anything. But I feel like I still knew that I had to pull up my socks to do it because I'm an adult.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
So we are going to do all of these adult responsibilities.
Yeah.
But like we've said before, your relationship has to be a partnership. And if your husband or your partner is really just not going to do any of that, it's going to fall all on you and you're going to be working a 9 to 5.
That's the thing.
This is even before kids.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's just you just got married. Okay?
Yeah.
And you have a 9 to 5 and he has a 9 to 5. And then you come home and you're still expected to cook.
Yeah.
And you're still expected to
like
clean.
you're not tired. No.
Yeah. And you're still expected to do the laundry and he needs time to decompress.
Yeah.
That's unfair.
It's so unfair.
We need to be changing that.
The load is way heavier.
It should be that if the girl is also working and the guy's also working, when you guys get home at whatever 5:30, then everybody collectively does a little bit of the work.
Yeah.
Have your dinner ready, and then you both should decompress.
Yeah, like why can't y'all cook dinner
We're
together?
Not robots.
Yeah. Like way to like have major burnout. You know what I mean?
Right?
And I'll be honest with you, like I don't know why people think Western society is so fun and chill and like easygoing. It's stress buckets galore, okay? Like ain't nobody want to live in Canada's economy. Let's be real. The damn gas price just went up. You might as well start walking. Like what the heck?
You know what? I'm a Terry Fox that.
Yeah.
I'm a Terry Fox everywhere now.
Yo, let me tell you,
if Terry Fox get
a bike, get a scooter, like those Brampton scooters they got, those orange scoots.
I can't afford nothing right now.
Can't even afford the scooter. Honestly, at the end of the day, like living here is insane. Okay.
Ridiculous.
So like the girl's pulling her weight and the guy's pulling his weight. So then just be a tag team each other, y'all. Come home, make dinner together.
Honestly,
let's just do it together.
You know what? If you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person, why not have that relationship from the get-go?
Absolutely.
Because then when you do involve kids in the picture, then you know that, okay, that responsibility can be split too. Absolutely. Even though I'm going to say, no matter what relationship it is, women always are more when it comes to motherhood.
1,000,000%.
Okay. And like you bond more with the kid, and sometimes you're breastfeeding, so you're solely like the person who's going to be feeding your kid and all of that. But if the husband can help out in other means,
1,000,000%.
Why not?
We've talked about this where it's like, you know what? I know the excuses from the husband, but I can't feed the baby. You have to feed the baby. Okay, fine. Yes, you're right. I have to feed the baby. But you could do so many other things, right? You could be like, hey, I know you're exhausted. Let me book you a massage. Okay. Hey, you know what? I know you didn't have a chance to make food. Let me make food for you. Or like, hey, let me order something. Whatever. This is the issue that I have, that like, why do they pretend like they really have no clue how to help? Like and you know how to help.
You know what else another thing is? I understand breastfeeding is very complicated. Yeah. Okay. But I've also heard so many hacks. Some moms pump. Yeah. Okay. And then the dads, I've seen a few TikToks of this. Okay. They'll let the mom go rest, and the dads will do anything to feed the baby. Because you know what? Yes, it's chaotic and it's anxiety ridden. We understand. But like I saw this one dad take those Tylenol droppers. Yeah. And like they would take that and just...
Girl, I used to do that with my daughter. I swear to God. And like they can do it.
So if they do that, and then the dad said all of a sudden when the baby realized, okay, I'm getting something. Yeah. Then he stuck a bottle in.
Yeah. See, you got to do what you got to do.
I feel like if you can get creative, you can figure it out.
You got to MacGyver that. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. And like if you can do that and the mom gets 2 hours of rest.
Oh my God.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. And like, then I also think there's like the relationships where the guy's like, no, like, I don't want you to work. I want you to stay at home, my Princess Peach. Okay. But listen, I
love that life.
If you want her to stay home, I hope to God you're pulling your weight when it comes to the other things. Like you want her to stay home, which is fine. Yeah. You want her to run the house, take care of you, iron your clothes, do the laundry, make the food, take care of your kids, do all that good stuff. Okay. Be there for your parents. The girl does not get paid a dime, okay, for doing that, okay? You better be coming through. Like, and I'm talking, you better be raking it in for her. I'm not saying you got to be a millionaire or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like, make sure she's taken care of, right? And I think, like, when the girl is shown that love, she will reciprocate the love back.
For real.
That's just the way it is. It's like a little dance.
Both salsa.
A little salsa merengue, okay?
If the man's gonna lead, the woman's gonna follow.
That's the thing. And I would say that's 100% the way it is in real life, where like if he can lead the right way, then like the woman is like, I'm down. Like, let's go team.
Okay. And I'm sorry, but for the men, and this is like the percentage of the population that sometimes you and I come across on our socials.
Oh, it's always them.
But for the men who are extremely disrespectful and feel like women shouldn't have a voice,
right? The ones with they just give podcast equipment to anyone these days. Well, you know what? They just give damn phones to anyone because your hand's been typing. But I know you would not have the audacity to say this to our face.
The trigger fingers.
Oh my goodness. Like, who asked
the
you?
The tweet and deleters. I'm gonna pull out my Drake lines because listen, we ain't here for that. It's 2024.
We ain't here for that.
Man up and respect your wife.
Yeah, right.
I said what I said.
And like, if you don't like something, you don't have to write the hate comments. Like, move along. Move along.
And really, just the gender roles are real in our culture.
Yeah.
In our society, even. I'm not
Major.
even gonna say it's not even in Desi culture.
It's not. It's
Guys,
major.
It's even in the workforce.
100%.
Let's say y'all are working for, I don't
Even
know.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, let's say y'all are working in Microsoft.
Yeah.
And you're in a predominantly male dominating section of Microsoft, okay? And you walk in there. Do you know how many times and I know we've all heard the stats, okay?
Yeah, we've
but
heard
how
the
many
stats.
times women don't get paid as much for the same role?
Or like they don't get promoted as much as the men get promoted.
Oh, women shouldn't be in power. Oh, they're too sensitive. Oh, they're moms now. They have to go home and run their families. All of that. It's still there. It's still there.
It's still
okay?
there, yeah.
I'm a teacher and okay, there's a lot of women teachers. It is a
100%, yeah.
female dominated industry, just like nursing.
Yeah.
Okay. But the minute you get higher up, who's actually running the show?
Damn.
Who's actually running the show?
The men.
It is the men.
Dun,
Who's making those
dun.
decisions? Who's making sure people's voices are silenced? It's the men.
It's the men.
So we really got to just tear this down. Burn the damn system.
Burn the system down. Okay. But you know what? To that, I also have to say, like, you know, I know this is like a witch hunt on men. It's like, we're going to burn you at this day.
We're in Salem right now.
But then I have to say, there is a lot of great guys out there.
There are.
We give credit where it's due.
Yes.
We give credit where it's due. We see y'all. We see you guys.
Also, to the ones who listen to our podcast,
Yo,
shout out
to the ones that are like, we hope you guys succeed. We appreciate you so much.
There are a few of them who have like commented under being like, I don't know why, but I like listening to these girls rant. We see your comments.
We see you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate
For
you.
the wives that have gotten your husbands hooked on our podcast.
Major. That's a
Major
major love.
Shouts.
Major love.
Shouts.
To the husbands that come through and are there for their wives, y'all, we appreciate you so much,
To the
honestly.
husband on TikTok who I saw feeding the kid with the little Tylenol dropper.
Syringe
shout
husband.
out.
Talent syringe husband. We see you. We appreciate your efforts.
There's another dad that came on my For You, and he's a single dad. The way he does things
Yo,
for his kids.
let me say, single parents are on another level.
Listen, I see you.
Single
I
parent-
forgot his TikTok handle, but
There's so many out there.
came
Honestly,
through,
they
came
don't get
through.
enough credit. We're probably going to have to devote a whole last episode to them because
yeah, I know.
let's be real. Like, they put in the work and they're doing it alone.
We'll do an okay dad episode.
Yeah, we got stuff.
We got you. Don't worry.
Okay, so another thing that a lot of people messaged us about was dating in the Desi community.
First of all, it's an X for girls. I'm gonna say it.
It's not even an X, it's a triple X. And I'm talking like X, like you're going down in that grave if you try it.
Don't even think about
Don't
looking at it.
even. What did we say, guys? Lower your damn
Yeah.
gaze, women. The men should be the one lowering the gaze, but it feels like it's the women.
We ain't allowed to touch that with a damn 9-foot pole.
Hell no. Okay,
Okay.
hell no. But like the guys,
But the guys, Ma, I got a study date. Ma, that's my friend here, Sarah.
if I was in a group project, legit, so many times it was like, are there any boys in your group project? Who are these boys? You need to tell your teacher that you're not allowed to work with boys. And
No,
I'd
I'm
be
gonna
like,
tell
yo,
you a story.
how do I even do that?
I'm gonna tell you a story
Yeah.
time right now. It
Tell
was
me.
a grade 10. I want to say it was biology.
Yeah.
Science, because you didn't split bio and chem, and I think
Yeah.
that happens in grade 11. I was in my science class and we had to do this like group lab, okay? And it was after hours, after school. So I had to go to my teacher and be like, hey, can you put me in an all-female group?
Shoot.
Because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Shoot.
And I was like, I don't want to lie. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to ask her to put me in an all-female
Not
group.
gonna lie,
so
you're
that
honest, girly.
When my mom does come and pick me up and I'm walking out of those school doors because my whole group is going to be there with me, at least it's all girls.
Good for you. I would have lied.
Yo, honestly, I feel like I just, at one point, I was like exhausted from it. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't do it anymore. And, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I just had to, like, I had to do things like that. But like I
understand.
said, when it was like my turn to get married, all of a sudden it's like, where's the guy? And I was like, what guy?
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
ain't no guy.
Yeah, facts.
And that really sucked because sometimes you wish growing up that you were allowed to like
Yeah.
date and go on dates with other people so that you could understand what you're looking for in a
Yeah,
companion.
that's true too. But then do you feel like maybe if you had been given the opportunity to date, that you would have just fallen for any old riffraff that showed you love? And
I don't
been like,
know. I don't know if I maybe.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it would have been, again, one of those life skills that I wish I knew, because like, you know how sometimes they say, like in the Desi community, that we kind of like groom our women, right? You're grooming them for marriage. You teach them all these like Desi etiquettes,
so true.
Okay, but you don't groom them for them to know what to look for in a companion.
Absolutely.
So then you end up, there are so many scenarios where you end up getting married, and after you're married, you're looking at your partner like, this is not what I signed up for.
Right. And then you realize about yourself too.
Exactly. But you weren't equipped with the tools to be like, I really need somebody who is going to split the housework 50-50.
Yeah.
Who is going to let me work, quote unquote, let me work. Or who is going to be like, hey, I don't want to have kids right away. I don't know. There are certain things that like, had we been taught that it's not just about looks and career and whatever, there are underlying life lessons that you're going to have to go through with this person.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have asked different questions.
Yeah,
maybe
totally.
you could have been a bit more prepared. Like with the rishta process, it's a checklist.
Yeah,
okay?
totally.
If you go, whatever, masters, works at IT, like comes from a good family, you know, eldest sibling, age is right, height is right, religion is right, whatever your list is so superficial sometimes.
100%.
And if you are not equipped to, like, let's say your parents give you permission to like exchange WhatsApp numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're like having a conversation with this person.
Yeah, totally.
You aren't even equipped to ask the right questions.
That's the thing, because you don't even know who you are.
Exactly.
Because your parents never let you discover who you are.
Exactly. And your parents also never let you like learn how to talk to somebody else to understand. If I'm going to spend the rest of my life with someone, I better be asking the right questions.
That's the thing too. But it's also the standard for girls, where it's like parents are so worried about just their daughter getting married that the standard sometimes is so low. Like for them, it's just like, well, you had like 6 dishes and you said no to them. So now it's like, it's okay. Like this guy, look at him. He works at the counter at McDonald's. Like, it's fine. Just he seems like a good guy.
Listen,
he'll work his way up.
But it's like, walks through your door.
Right.
Justified.
Then I'm like, you know, there should be some standard, because they're in their mind, it's like, it's okay, you guys will work together to make things work. And it's like, sis, like, ain't nobody want to deal with your financial issues.
Like, what?
Stop this.
There's no pyar if there's a freaking huge bulge of stress, okay? The pyar ain't there. The pyar ran and said, peace.
Okay, but also think of it like this too. This is what I think of when it comes to love, okay? Our parents, majority of them had arranged marriages.
Yeah.
Okay? They don't know what pyar is. Like falling in love, I mean. They fell in love after, right?
Literally. This is their pyar.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like when their child is like, Mom, like I love this guy, they're like, what the hell do you know about love? Freaking watching too many damn Disney movies, too many Bollywood movies. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, but they don't believe. Like they're just like, no, that does not happen. Like there's no such thing. But I think the people that actually go through that whole like feeling of like loving someone, it's very real for them, right? And like it's hard to like explain that to parents that just think you're crazy.
Yeah, or just think like, well, love is also like being with somebody who's just
like how you are with like your family, living with someone and like doing stuff for each other.
Yeah, and like that. And that is a form of love.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not the entirety of it.
Yeah, like, okay, let me throw an example out for y'all. Okay. You get married. Okay. He signed them papers. Okay. You realize in this process that your love language is physical touch. And yo hubby is like, I never seen you prior to yesterday. Okay. And let's say this man is like, no touch me. Okay, like he's like, don't
touch me.
He's like, I feel uncomfortable just being all like touchy with you. I just met you. Okay, there goes your damn love language out the damn window. Then you gotta teach him like, hey, yeah, this is my love language.
He's like,
but that's my point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like this whole thing of like, yeah, pyar will come eventually. Like, how long do you wait for that? What if that person does not even like being physically affectionate? Yeah. You can't even say those things in like a rishta. Like, yeah, I really like physical affection. Like, I like when someone hugs me. Imagine you sitting in front of your parents and be like, so like, what do you think about physical affection? Your mom would be like, get the hell upstairs and don't come down. It's like, nahi, ye mazak kar rahi hai. It's a joke. It was a bad joke. Like, you don't have the audacity to ask questions like that. And then it's like, just wait until I'm gonna slap you.
तो मैं बताती हूँ. I'll
that's
show you
my
real
point,
physical
right?
touch. Your mom will slap you.
But that's my point, Aruj. You can't even ask them. Imagine they're like, I don't even like physical touch. I don't like hugs.
Yeah.
There are people like that.
I know.
Like, I don't like holding hands. There are people like that.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna like?
Beyond is going to happen after, but yo, that God ain't happening. That God
Also,
ain't
I
happening.
really do have to say, like, there needs to be physical attraction in a relationship, fam. We are not gonna just be the generation who thinks that's like we don't need that. That needs to be there.
Yeah, and you
it
know
is
what?
a foundation in a relationship.
100%.
And if it's not, I truly believe if it's not initially there, if that it's not something that's gonna grow.
It's not. It's
Maybe it might grow in some circumstances, but for me, I feel like there's an initial gut attraction with someone.
100%.
And if it's not there for somebody who you want to spend the rest of your life with,
Yeah, like, I'm going to turn around in the morning and look at your booty. And, like, imagine I turn around and I'm like, oh.
you're like, huh?
Imagine you turn, you're like, okay, I'll just turn back around this way. Like, come on now. There's got to be something there that you like turn around and you at least have a sigh of relief. Like, yeah, fine, it was arranged marriage, but at least he's good looking. For the love of God.
He's nice.
Right? That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my
At
gosh.
least I know my future children have a chance, you know? You got to think these things through. And your parents are just like, marry anyone, marry this guy, marry that, just for the sake.
Okay.
Juice, okay? Like, y'all, we can't do these things. We got to be a little bit more in tune. The physical, like, attraction is major.
It has to be there, guys.
It has to be there.
And I know we might be saying this out loud, but I know all y'all are thinking it.
See, Monty would be like, that's not important.
So 30% ho gaya na.
30%. Yeah. You said you didn't. You said you didn't want someone bald. Here's someone bald, but there's always a chance his hair will grow. Okay, like, honestly, what in the
His
world?
eyes are attractive.
Yeah, like, his heart. Look at his heart. Look at his heart. He has a good heart. Just, I don't get this stuff. It's like crazy to me.
Again, all fine and great, but I think the physical attraction is very important. I think our Desi community very rarely talks about it.
Oh yeah.
They don't talk about like how touch is so important, how physical, and we're not talking about it in a bad way, guys.
Yeah.
This is very normal. Like, we have kids. I hug and hold my kids all the time.
Same.
I love it. They love it. You know, it's just a form of showing somebody how much you actually care about them.
And did you know there's a study? Now, I don't know if I'm quoting it right, that says that like women need like a certain amount of hugs in a day.
Oh my gosh,
And
I didn't know that.
It like calms them down. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too, because I feel like I'm definitely the type of girl that's like, if someone gives me a really good hug, immediately I'm like, man, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it could be like my cousin, my sister, like anybody. But like, yo, they feel good. Sometimes your kids give you a hug and you're like, oh, I needed that.
Feel amazing. Honestly, they give the best hugs.
They give the best hugs, and then they like whisper things like, I love you so much, mommy.
Yeah.
You're the best mom in the world. And I'm like, I know. I am.
Sometimes my kids will give me a really, really big hug, and then they'll push me back, and then they give me a little kissy on the nosy. It melts my heart. It's so cute.
I love it.
So you got it. Like, the physical touch is important.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we've all grown up watching movies like The Notebook. We've all grown up watching Shah Rukh Khan and his like amazing acting. And and you want that in someone because it's a way for them to show that they care about you.
Yeah.
And if you are at home with the kids all day, and then your husband comes home from his 9 to 5, and then he doesn't show you any of that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you finally get the kids down to bed, and then you're just like sitting on opposite ends of the couch.
Yeah.
And there's like nothing there. Then you're just sitting there, and then you spiral.
Yeah,
And
you do spiral.
Man, I spent all day with kids and I'm exhausted, and I get he's tired too, but
it's like he still spent the day with like adults. You know what I mean? I think that's like the hard part, because it's like if you're a stay-at-home mom, like you're sitting with your children all damn day. You know what I mean? Like, then you at least want to have that guy come home and be like, hey, like, let me take you out.
Yeah.
Like, let me do something special for you. Let me spend time with you, not with you and your kids. Let me make time for you. And there's another TikTok that I was watching, because obviously I've been doing that a lot these days, where like somebody asked, this is kind of off topic, guys, but like somebody was asking this, like, I think he's like a therapist or something, and they were like, okay, so like what's more important for a man to do, like to spend time with his wife or to spend time with his children and his wife, right? And he said spending time with your wife. But he said, because when you spend time with your wife, first of all, it strengthens your relationship because it you guys have more love for each other, right? And it builds love. And then once that's there and that's solid, then she shows up for the kids better. And you also show up for the kids because you know your wife is happy, right? And then they see a healthy environment.
Exactly.
So like you have to like romanticize your relationship, you know?
And you got to bring that spark back, especially after kids.
Yeah. And I don't think that this falls solely on the guy. Yes, the girls can do that too. But I have to say, like, I feel like women love being like, you know, like wined and dined.
Off your feet.
Yeah, like just be a little romantic. Like, you know, like if like the women are holding it down in the house and you're holding it down at work, which that's hard too. Let's be real. I would still say that like come home and make her feel special because she will always go above and beyond in return as well. And obviously it goes both ways. I mean, I think like coming back to like the point that we were discussing, like there is definitely like a major gap when it comes to gender roles. But I think that we can still do our part to like fix it where we see that there are problems, right? Whether it's relationships with like a husband or a wife or like even like relationships with siblings to like make sure that there's an even playing field if you are a parent to not treat your guys different and be like, oh, main tumhare liye roti bana deti hu, and like for your daughters like make your own damn roti, like stuff like that. I think we have to be the ones that change that because you know, like it's up to us to not raise future children that are going to be doing that same shit.
Yeah, for real. On that note, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, guys, thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. We hope you laughed with us because we had a laugh.
We had a major laugh. I honest to God, I thought I was not going to recover.
I was not going to recover from that.
Guys, I fell off the screen. I wasn't even in the screen. I was like, TKO, like this girl's gone. My stomach was cramping for real. Like I was like, I can't catch my breath. I'm gonna need a Heimlich. Like I don't even know what was going on. Okay. Anyway, guys, please make sure you guys follow us. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Please give us that 5 stars on Spotify, on Apple Podcast. Make sure you guys leave us some comments. And y'all, if you're not following us on IG, please follow us on our new IG account, Okay Mom Pod. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.